you note each and every points, whatever you are learning. And the major learning every student can get is via practicing whatever techniques you are learning in all these sessions. Okay, make sure to practice it all. Like, we are asking Dr. Randhir and the SEO experts for their time, and they are investing so much of their schedule to guide you personally from their experience that they have gained by working in the field. And that is all, so that you can upskill yourself, so that you can upgrade yourself, and not only yourself but your work. And in the coming time, you will also be the one of the people who will share their experience to the new generation who are entering into the field of digital marketing. So we have Dr. Randhir with us. I would ask Dr. Randhir to share his experience and guide us through. I will hand over the part to Randhir, sir. Sir, I think so. You are in mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, sir. You are audible now.
Okay, fine. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon for this very interesting session today. We are going to be talking about the search engine optimization today. And let me just launch the presentation moment. Have you given me the presentation? Yeah, I can see that. Good. Okay. Am I visible now? The
Yes,
presentation is
sir.
visible?
Yes, the presentation is visible.
Very good. Very good. So again, good afternoon, everyone. It's been a bit of a busy time for me, but I was looking forward to this particular session because this is a topic which is both very, very critical to learn if you want to be a good digital marketing professional, as well as something which is very close to my heart. This is a topic that you keep learning on a day-to-day basis, very simply because this is such a evolving topic, and there is always a new thing which is there to learn. So, it's a challenging one to talk about, but like what Siddharth was telling, this is a field more than any other where practicing, exploring, experimenting, trying, jumping at the deep end is the best way to learn it. There is a Chinese saying that you don't test the depth of a stream by using both your legs. I hope you understand that, right? You basically keep one of your leg on the side and you try and check the depth of the stream here. But for SEO or digital marketing in general, if you're not in the stream, the SEO or the digital marketing world will actually ignore you. So jump right in without having any scare of falling, failing, drowning, because all you will possibly do is a few mistakes, or you will rewrite the way other people were doing that particular business. that has been the trend, or that has been the way this whole business has shaped, this whole business has evolved, right? So without any further ado, let's jump straight into a poll. If you can go to this particular poll and start giving me the responses, I will also just go and initiate the make the poll live one after the other. Just a sec. Right. Let me just get the poll up and about. I need to make it. Right. So this is the link. Once you have the link, which is not very different from what the same one that we used last time, I'm going to jump into. You have posted the link again, Siddharth?
Yes, sir. I have pasted in the chat box.
Very nice. So because I need to kind of go to the next one to be able to make the responses live. Yeah. Oops. Am I sorry? I have used the wrong slide. That's the
Yes, it's visible.
Just give me a moment. I think I have used the wrong slide here.
So actually, the link is not live, I think so.
No, I think I have some issue with my presentation here.
You can disable the screen if you want. You can just stop sharing.
Yeah, I will do that. Sorry, my mistake. I mixed up a bit of a presentation here.
No, no problem.
Sorry about that. Just give me 1 minute here. The link is the same. I have just got to make the okay, yeah. Yeah, so these are the questions that we are talking about. Who do you think ranks higher on a Google search? What do you think is the most searched word on Google? And how many results would you get for a search on digital marketing course on Google? The link isn't very different. And, let us kind of use the first one here. And let me make the poll live here.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you should be able to see the poll live now. Okay. It somehow forces me to go back into being a respondent rather than the one who is running the uh, poll. So I have to log out and log in again to make this whole thing live.
So there is only one question, or there are more?
No, there are more questions, but I will need to make, yeah. So it is active now, please.
Yes, yes.
It's active.
Yes, sir. It's active. The first question has completed, I think so.
Let's see how many responses do I have here. Total results 7. Okay. So I'm just refreshing this. So we see the Coca-Cola as the top result from our poll, Flipkart as the second, and Wikipedia as the next. Right? Let
Right.
us go to the next poll now. Let me show you the results first. I think last time I wasn't showing the results immediately and people got mixed up. So incidentally, the first result that you see is not Coca-Cola, but NDTV. Flipkart is actually what comes on the first page. Okay, it doesn't show. The Amazon comes on the second page, and the other results that we had, which is Wikipedia, also comes on the second page. Right. So just keep in mind what it means. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. That next one should be visible now. Uh,
Users have to refresh the page, right?
yes, you just have to refresh the page and you should see the next one. Yeah. Very nice. This is the current one, what I'm talking about, okay? And not overall, current. What would have been searched in the last few days more than any other stuff that we have, seen so far? COVID, okay, Harshad Mehta. You read my hint, right? It's not a general phrase, but a proper noun. That is all I can tell you right now because the result is really very interesting.
Sir, can I use Google Trend?
Yes, please go ahead. Anyway, I will show you the Google Trend response anyways. Okay, so let's see the results here now. Did any of you choose Scarlett Johansson at all? Rather Johansson?
No, sir.
Right? So people are more interested in Scarlett Johansson, Lakshmi Baum, Dinesh Karthik, Izaz Khan, Arsenal versus Dundalk, Kareena Kapoor, Milan versus Sparta, Miladul Nabi Images, Walmaki Jayanti, and Harshvardhan Rani. Right? So remember that what people are actually seeing, I see Kapoor there one. Kareena Kapoor, yeah. I see Kareena Kapoor, really nice. Somebody got that right, but it was interesting, isn't it? Let's get to the next one here. And refresh your page again. So I'm asking, how many results would you get if you searched for digital marketing courses on Google? About 3 billion, over 5 billion. Okay, over 5 billion. Very nice. I love this when this happens, that thing keeps, wow. Over 5 billion seems like the preferred choice now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. Right. That is the exact number of results that you will get. That is about close to 3 billion, right? 2.7 to be precise, but I didn't want to put it as exact number there. So that's why I said about 3 billion. But the point is that in these 3 billion searches, results that Google looks for in that 0.75 seconds, which is obnoxious, how does a company like GoDaddy Academy really come up on the top and make an impact or reach to the potential students through Google for the people who are interested in learning about Google Academy? Please remember that this digital marketing course is a very, very contemporary and a very relevant term, which is searched not just by the students, but by a whole host of people, right? So I hope you got some thoughts around what SEO does, and this is, to me, a perfect way to start the discussion on the search engine optimization. So let us jump right in. So why should you learn about SEO? I love this particular slides that I use because I would like to kind of keep all the three benefits up there, which is the business benefit, benchmark benefits, and the social benefits. One of the things that you need to really keep in mind is that when we are talking about social marketing in general, it is important that we keep these three aspects in mind. And more so as a digital marketing professional, it is important for us to think in this particular way because social marketing otherwise can overwhelm us and make us its slave. We want to master social marketing, right? We don't want to be the slave of social marketing. Right. Remember last time we were talking about Google, we were talking about a few of the things that Google does and how it basically gets us all excited about social marketing. So this is a part which is valuable, or this is a part which is very critical for us to know. The first part and the second part. Social benefits to me is obviously the value both ways, in the sense that we can get a lot of entertainment, we can get a lot of excitement and all of that when we use social media. But in context of search engine optimization, this is what is the most valuable or the most critical part of social media of search engine optimization, if I were to choose one of them as a way for me to talk about it in general, right? So business benefits is very, very clear. Means the SERP, which is the search engine results page, starts the journey of all the digital marketing, or all the means the online web today almost starts from the Google page. We saw that more than 90% of people use Google search as a as their tool. And we also saw from your own responses that Google is one of the first place that you would want to go if you want to know about a new page, right? I had told you last time as well that it is worthwhile using some of the other newer search engines just to compare and see if Google is actually manipulating you by giving you results which is as per their intelligence uh, uh, software more relevant and valuable for you. But I feel that they are manipulating us by doing something like that. Yeah. So just from time to time, be sure that you are looking at some of the results from so-called other pages as well when you do the search. Some of the search engines are DuckDuckGo, Bing, and a few others, right? Even Yahoo has a search engine which is there in the game. Incidentally, the second best one is actually the YouTube search box, right? It's not any of these that we were talking about in the first place, right? So that is the part. And the most important thing about the search engine optimization is that it is organic and it is free, in the sense that you will have to pay money to a search engine optimization expert as a cost that you need to incur. But there is no tool cost like we talked about in terms of the AdWords or any of the other tools. There are other payable tools that you can use for search engine optimization, and we'll be looking at some of them as well today. But what is important to note is that we have to look at the idea of search engine optimization as an organic way of using the digital marketing or reaching out to your customers. And therefore, you have these kind of results that we talked about in the first place. Of course, when we do a search for our own term or our own service offering, and we don't see our page on the top, we know that there are competitors who are doing better than us. And in a similar vein, if we are seeing ourselves on the top, we feel that we are doing okay, but we have to be wary that there could be somebody who comes up and takes our place very quickly. Okay, we also can see the impact immediately, and unlike any of our other ad spends and all of that, once we say that our page is search engine optimized, the results very clearly tells us that there are tools which also gives us the rank page, etc., for ourselves, right? And of course, there are social benefits. If you rank higher or your offering ranks higher on the Google page, the chances of it going viral is much higher. Okay. So how does the search engine optimization actually work? Is my title visible, or is it hidden by the?
No, sir, it's clearly visible.
Okay, perfect, great. Let me just pull the thing down here because it is obstructing me here. Okay, so it works on these four very simple and very straightforward concepts, which is called crawling, indexing, ranking, and display. These three, that is crawling, indexing, and ranking, are essentially the critical parts that we play with. And display is actually the results that we get. We don't have much of a role to play or things to do here. But this, when you talk about crawling, it is nothing but the discovery of the web page by the search engine. How does the search engine discover us? We will look into it in some detail now. Indexing is like when they have discovered us, where do we fit in the scheme of structure that they have created? Just as for you to find a book in the library, it should be cataloged first. It is equally important for the search engine to make sure that they have a catalog of the words so that they can actually get to the next one, which is ranking, which is giving you a number in terms of your score on the search engine results. And finally, display, like I said, it's what we see, right? Now let's get into a bit of a detail of each one of them. How does the crawling actually happen? The crawling requires the search engine to actually send some sort of robots, which is also known as crawlers or spiders, to find new and updated content. You can actually think of this as a mindless surfer, uh, but very conscious one, in the sense that these crawlers are scanning and searching the web on an ongoing basis to keep updated. Because if they have to give that result in a zero point 0.7 second, please remember that they can't do all of this after we have searched a particular term. So in effect, what you see in terms of the result is, and if somebody has made a change on a particular page, it will not show up on the search results. Like I said, you see the results instantaneously. I was just being a bit metaphoric, but it gets updated over a period of time. I think it's about 24 to 36 hours in the max for the results to kind of get updated, right? So that is how it is, working. Now, when we look at the web, please remember that it gives us a lot of text results, but it also gives us the options to search for images, videos. If you look at any Google search page, you will see after you have searched anything that it has the options just under the thing, which is all images, news, maps, videos, shopping, books, flights, finance, etc., etc. Right? So all of this are critical for the purpose of your digital marketing. Okay. It should be able to search all of this, not just the text. And that makes it very interesting for the design of these robots and crawlers. So they should be able to see the web page, an image, a video, a PDF, anything which is there on the web. And regardless of the content, these are all discovered by the links that take them, define them. So that is the part where we talk about crawling. Now, indexing, like I said, is the process of creating the catalog of the terms for whatever was searched, right? This is a huge database of all the content that they've discovered and deemed good enough to serve up to the searchers. And it's a standard one for each term. It's not a it's a standard one for each term. So in the sense that it is a dynamic one in terms of getting updated on a regular basis, but it is not the type which is changed on a regular basis. Like what I was telling you is the fact that it is it comes there. And finally, the ranking. And for that, I will take, because ranking is nothing but a score that is given to our page using some of the algorithms, like I told in the last slide. But let's look at the Google's page rank, which actually made the part, which started the idea of searching using a rank score, or which is what is called the page rank. Which serve two purposes. One is to designate the name of the founder, one of the founders of Google, who also designed this algorithm or rather created this algorithm. And also the part that we are talking about, the ranking of a page on the website, on the web, the World Wide Web, right? So it is it works by counting the number and quality of links to a page. And the example that they use is this particular image where A, B, C, D, E are all pages. What they do is they actually assign a percentage score. In Google, it is a logarithmic score. So here what it means that if you are searching for a particular term, there is a 8.1% chance that you will end up on page E. you see that the page C has much lesser, and all the arrow that you see here are the links, front and back links, right? You see the page C has lesser number of links than the A, but has a higher score in terms of 34.3 for the rank. That is because the quality of the content on C is possibly very high, right? So this is the way in which one can understand the idea of page rank. There are quite a few nice pages that I recommend having a look at for understanding the idea of page rank. And also the good GoDaddy Academy content on some of this is very, very exhaustive and very useful, right? So moving on from here, I'll go into the 10-step process of how can one rank, or how can one do better way to rank on the page. Just give me 1 minute. I'm trying to pull a page here. So the first one, just a sec. I just need to move my window here. Siddharth, is there any questions so far?
So no, we will conduct the question in the end as usual.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute. I am trying to get one page. Yeah, sorry. So the first of the step here is actually how do you improve the on-site, step one is to improve your on-site SEO. It's not a very difficult thing, but there are some very simple tips. For instance, you should actually have the keyword means again there is the first thing that I should have told you that all of the search engine optimization process that we were talking about works on a very simple concept of keywords. Now, keyword is nothing but the word that we put on the box to search. If we are searching for a bigger phrase or a sentence, then the search engine actually uses its own algorithm to identify what the keywords there are. And therefore, there is something called the contextual search, which is that if we are giving them more than one keyword, they should be able to build the context to give us the right answer for searching them, right? So the first thing is that our keyword should be in the beginning of our title sort of a tag, and that is very sort of an important part of improving our on-site SEO activities. So this is also called front loading your keyword. That is, your keyword is right up there. Because Google actually puts a lot of emphasis on the terms that show up early on your title tag to really understand or appreciate or to basically give you a rank in their algorithm. That is the first. And the other rule that I have discovered, or which is actually acknowledged, is that make sure that your content is certainly above 1500 words. They say the optimal is 1800, but I say 1500 words is actually good because we see that larger content. Again, it's not about being verbose, but if you go beyond the 2000 sort of a page, it kind of starts dropping as well in terms of the Google ranking sort of a position there, right? Then if you basically look at that, we have quite an exhaustive description of what we are writing about. So that is also kind of tells that the number of words is important. So you don't want a person who is searching for, let's say, digital marketing to know just about one part of digital marketing on your page. Right? If they want to know about one part of digital marketing, they will search for that particular part. But if they are searching for digital marketing, you should be as exhaustive as possible talking about the digital marketing, right? And also, it's important to repeat the number of keywords on your page. It should be at least 2 to 3 times that the page comes. I will actually be using one of the tool to demonstrate this, live for a particular term. And you will be surprised in the number of times that the word gets repeated and all of that. But it is very important to make sure that Now, the second one that I talk about is the, LSI keywords. It's a technical term which is used for latent schematic indexing keywords, which are basically terms that the search engine use to deeply understand the content on the page. And it is important that we sort of use the LSI keywords as a part of our thing. So an example of the LSI keyword, let's say that if we are talking about digital marketing, then it would be Google Ads, it would be search engine optimization or SEO, it would be social media, it would be Facebook ads, it would be LinkedIn, so on and so forth. So it is the these are all the words that should be there in your page so that the search engine understands that, yes, you are talking about the digital media. If you don't have a fair representation of these semantic indexed words, then your page quality is much lower. Right? These are a bit of a technical pieces which is important for us to gauge, because search engine optimization, there is very little general stuff that one can talk about search engine optimization. And if you really want to learn about search engine optimization, then it is important that, and this is also the, when we talk about the LSI, please remember this also links to a sort of the, what would you call the catalog of the proximity of the words that the Google will search, right? So this is the other sort of the part of using the LSI kind of a yeah. There are some tools like a LSI graph that can help us, the LSI words for the specific term that we are trying to make good. And there are quite a few more. In very simple term, if you just go to their page and input a particular word, it will give you a list of the thing. Let me pull that out here for you and show you how this is actually done. I'll have to, yeah, can you see the page here?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay.
The LSI graph, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So let's say that I am doing a search on digital marketing itself. Right, so these are the kind of words that they suggest as the LSI word for digital marketing. You can also see the volume of each of these words and the CPC for them. Right, it's a very, very nice and a very simple tool, but it gives you a great view. And it also says which are the top performing content. And if you go and search these particular words, you will be able to find what they are doing on that. Once I talk about another keyword tool, we will get into this in a bit more of a detail. But this should help you understand what the LSI word is about, right? Again, Siddharth, this is a bit of a technical session. So I'm okay if people are asking questions in between, specifically if they are trying to clarify a concept.
Okay, sir. There is no question such as for clarifying the concept, but there was a question about how much time does it take to rank in the Google for a blog which is 3 to 4 years old and going into a new niche.
So, the older pages by design have a sort of a shelf life on Google because the new pages are always given higher weightage to the part, but you can always refresh them. And if you have completed all of this, you should be able to see your result in the top part. What is the best way to understand if you are being seen by Google or not? Is to go into very specific. So for instance, I can give you an example where we had launched an app for IIT JEE preparation. And we wanted to see how does the thing rank on the Google page. So within the part of launching that and writing a few articles on our website, we could not see that. But then we started kind of looking at a specific, so IIT JEE 2020, for instance, if you search, you could see our app on the first page. So that gives you an assurance that Google is already reading. But the rest of the things is the output of your search engine optimization results, which will tell you how quickly or how where do you really rank on the page. Does that answer the question?
Yes, sir.
Great. So let us come back to our the steps, the 11 steps. Unfortunately, we don't have a expert today because the person kind of fell sick, and I just could not get because SEO is not a very easy sort of a thing, and I need to get a person who I feel or I have worked with to be able to leverage that. So, Siddharth, what we will be doing is I will be leaving some of the questions, or rather, I will take the questions relating to the kind of career and stuff that we used to talk to an expert in the earlier session myself, right?
Okay, sir. Sure. Sure.
Right.
We do have
So,
such questions, sir.
right. Now, let's move on and quickly try and finish that so we have enough and more of a time for that. Then the next is basically you need to monitor your technical SEO, right? The technical SEO is nothing but, it is the things like your crawling and indexing, your XML sitemaps, your duplicate content, your structured data, your href language, and all of that, which basically is a part. Again, there is a technical SEO guide which you can find on the web, which gives you a very, very good and quick understanding of the technical SEO. So I would recommend you to have a look at that. Let me also put the name that I mentioned on the link for you guys to refer more easily. Just a sec. Where do I see the chat? Yes. Okay, so please have a look at that particular link to understand about the technical SEO. But this is the back end of the technology piece that one needs to look at. Yeah, in that, you should basically keep in mind that your page is recommended or optimized for mobile device, which is the more dominant search engine part, which is useful. And there are again some tools, especially Google has a mobile-friendly testing tool that you can just do a search on mobile-friendly on Google, and you should be able to find that very sort of a simple sort of a thing for ourselves. Okay, and that is very sort of an important part. Yeah. Second one is essentially the page speed. If your page is not loading properly, then you are going to lose out in terms of your search engine part. Again, there is a I think it is webpagetest.org, which is a very good place for you to see what is the speed of the loading of your web page, right? And then finally, you must actually do the how does your coverage happen. So there is a Google Search Console that you can find from the same part that you should be able to kind of see the Search Console details on the link that I had sent you about. And you should be able to kind of make sure that you are seeing a good speed of load on an ongoing basis for the for you to be able to do the loading, to be able to see yourself on the search engine. Yeah. And if you are basically using WordPress, then you can use some of the tools like a Yoast SEO plugin. Again, let me give you the name on the chat here so that you can do a search on that. So that is a very nice way of doing your technical analysis of any of your posts on WordPress. It is a really beautiful tool to use. I recommend doing that. The next one, which is the match your content to the intent. Search intent is becoming a very big word for, your search intent is a big in the world of SEO now, because the newer launch of the Google search gives more weightage to the intent than anything else in terms of it. Now, this is actually based on the new tool that Google uses, which is called a Rank Brain. Again, you can find out about Rank Brain from this is a very interesting sort of a tool that they have got, which helps Google understand the quality of your image, right? So it's a very important thing for making sure that we are ranked well onto the part. I'm running a bit fast here, very much because there is too much of detail in search engine optimization, and it is very difficult to try and fit everything in an hour or so. So maybe if there is interest, we will plan on a more technical and a more detailed session for doing search engine optimization for us. Right. The next one that I have here is the bounce rate. It is basically the part where how are ditching our page once Google sends them to our page as a possible place for this is a negative, right? Means it basically means that my page is bouncing people off, even though Google, even though we search high. This is an important part, right? Means if I have just used my understanding of SEO and only put a tick mark on complying with all the requirements of the SEO to rank higher, it is certainly not a good idea, or it is certainly not a great idea to do that part. So this is how the bounce rate actually works. Next, let us look at we need to basically target or rather, we should even keywords to target, which means that we should be able to have our page optimized across multiple keywords, right? Which means that, again, like what we talked about in terms of the LSI keywords, we should basically keep going back on Google for multiple kind of words that are being searched, which basically makes our what is called the domain authority really high about that the page that we have actually put into the place. It is a very important part called the DA part, right? And the next step is that you need to have, means quality is the key. You can't have gibberish put in there, and it should be awesome stuff. Means something that you read and you feel, wow, I see somebody has taken some time to put the content here. I'm sure that when you see a high quality content page, you recognize this immediately, right? So that is the part. What it also tells us that if our page, it means I'm a researcher, so, and one of the key factor for me to say my research has been a good one is when my research is quoted by other researchers, right? So the quality, one of the key check for that is how many backlinks does our page get, which means that how many other people have given a link to our page as a good reference for a topic that we have written about, right? So that is a very good check for and if we have high level of backlinks, if we have very few backlinks, obviously it is going to be very low on the page ranking, right? And again, there is multiple ways in which the backlink can actually be created. A long form content is a very nice way of actually doing that. Infographics, maps, charts, flow charts, videos are all also seen as a very valuable thing. That is also brings us to the next one, which is basically the build backlinks itself. So means our content should get links that people need to actually see. That is, put links from other pages into our page itself, right? Last but not means the last two, which is boost CTR and use internal linking, is a bit more technical word, and I will possibly take time to explain. Means the tracking and monitoring piece is one of the most valuable one, and Google Analytics is where you will be able to see this very, very clearly and very easily. And I would certainly, want you to do. And there are a lot of tools as well, which helps you do this kind of a research. Ahref is a nice tool which will also give you some parts of this sort of an analysis very easily as such. Now let me quickly go to the, I'm not spending time on the other two, that is boost CTR and internal linking, because there is Google uses a click-through rate in their algorithm, which is a very known fact, and therefore you must make sure that people are clicking through your site onto something useful rather than the bounce. It is the opposite of the bounce that we talked about. And internal linking, that is take people from one page of yours to other page, which has more detail in case people want that. So before we get into the question part, Siddharth, I want to show just one particular tool very quickly so that people understand. And I would do that in a very quick manner, right from the way of there is a keyword everywhere tool that I would like you to have a quick look at. I'm not going to get too detailed on that, but I certainly want you to understand because it gives you a very deep understanding of the keyword piece in a hurry. So you need to basically, you can see the page, my Google page, right?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Perfect. So this is the Keywords Everywhere website, and you can see start here. Let's say that I say install for Chrome. It takes us to the web store where we get into installing this particular page, which is nothing but add to Chrome. It takes a few seconds, asks us on permission. We give this particular permission to them. And it automatically takes us to the Keyword Everywhere page, right? Here it says that get API key. Now this API key is what integrates our instance of installation with the, so let me put a key here. It will give me a link for that. It should be visible on my Gmail account. Should be visible anytime. Otherwise, let me use one of the older ones here. I would just take it to a private because the key is is a sensitive information. So I'm just going there and showing you a page. So it kind of takes you to a page like this where you get a different sort of a page here. Let me close this, open a new tab. Now our page is actually visible here from this particular icon. Go to the sort of control panel for Keyword Everywhere and to the settings in here. And it says that we need to put the key here to validate it. I will again put the key, validate it, and get to the Google search page for it. So let us search the same one, digital marketing courses, right, as our term for searching this. Now you see the magic of this keywords everywhere. You get a result like a regular result, right? But along with that, now on the right side, keywords everywhere begins to show us some very, very interesting results here. It shows us a trend on how much. So before 2011, there were barely people who were talking about it. Either there is some spike around 2006-7. I don't know why that happened. But in the recent past, you see that on a monthly search itself, it is kind of hitting some big video. You can copy it and export it to a CSV and all of that for your usage. What it also gives us is a related keywords here, right? Which is free digital marketing keywords, courses, digital certificates, etc., etc. It shows here. It also says that these were other things that people searched. They searched about digital marketing jobs, courses in specific places, and all of that. One part which I really love is this something called the long tail keywords. Now, if I click it here, it goes back to the keywords everywhere page here, and it tells us a bigger phrase, a long tail of the keyword that we must have. What this helps us is in terms of making sure that people digital marketing course, right? People do not come there unless they are really looking for a digital marketing course. So these are some of the words that we must have, which is there. Now here you see the search volume for specific words, right? It is still building up. Let us also, in the meanwhile, go here and see that the first search result that we are getting, these are done by the use of advertising. So I'm not going to be bothered about this for now. But let's go to the organic one, which is basically the Web Marketing Academy is the top one, which gets shown as the page. I'm going to open this page here and run one more, keywords everywhere piece here, which is that analyze the page content. This will also take some time to do. So I'm just going to leave it here while we talk about the long tail content here. So you see this particular thing here. It is more or less done now. You can find all the words that are, visible here. I think my page, because it's a huge number of results, right? So you could expect the page to be a bit sluggish in movement, but I really love that, right? So let us say we want to see which is the cost per click highest among all of this. In fact, lowest is better way to look at it. So these are almost for free. If you want to use these words in your word, you will be able to get a very good result without spending much money in terms of building your search engine sort of results. Yeah. So these are some very nice words to look for. And if I go to, let's say, this is a very sluggish page for the very simple reason that it has to do a lot of work here, right? So you get an idea of what we are talking about here in this, right? So possibly the top digital marketing courses in India, which has a 380 search volume and still the cost per click very low, is a very interesting term to use here, right? This is still sort of working on this. So let's let these two kind of stabilize. And we will come back to it after a couple of questions to show you the results here. Okay. So that is the way in which your search engine optimization works, my friend. I have tried to give you a hands-on, but something that you can start doing immediately and understand how this is done. I hope it was useful. I actually have something like around 6-7 other tools that I could just quickly show you the names of, and so these are some of the ones which I really like. HREF I talked about, KW Finder, which is not very different from the keywords everywhere. SEMrush, Moz, which is another good one. This is a lovely one. There is a Uber Express, which Neil runs. So there is a lot of these kind of tools which are actually good for us to see. So that was more or less what I had for the presentation today, Siddharth, and we can get into our open session now.
Yes, sure, sir. Could you just stop sharing the screen?
I will do that. I'm just waiting to see. I will do that. In fact, the results are not. I will possibly come back and show some of these results because it will take some time to build. It is still at 18%, as you can see.
Exactly, and I personally feel that that is one thing that our users should also do it on practical, so that they understand to analyze each and every stuff on their own.
That's right.
Yes.
Great.
So I would like to begin with the very first question, and it's the very thing that every aspirant SEO expert wants to learn about. Like while doing the on-page SEO, everyone has to focus on the content primarily, right?
That's right.
So to become an SEO expert, is it required to be a great content writer?
See, if you are in the publishing industry or if you see the publishing industry, there are multiple roles which are equally important in the publishing industry. Obviously, the author is a very important part, because if the author isn't there and there is no books being written, then the publishing industry is of no use. But like, you need to have people who are very good in printing, people who are very good in editing, people who are very good in doing images and illustrations. The SEO world also requires all of this as a different set of skills. So no, I won't say that being a great content writer is a prerequisite for being a SEO expert. In fact, being an SEO expert, you can just go by being good in numbers. You can just by being good in using these kind of tools, just being good in interpreting the results that you are getting from these sort of tools that I was talking about, rather than having to write the content yourself.
Great. And what is the job role for the SEO specialist, and what does a beginner have to learn or practice the most to be a SEO specialist for any organization or any company?
A very interesting and a very useful question. And I think I would like to answer that in three parts. The first part is around how does one get into becoming a SEO
Specialist.
specialist, or how can one begin the career as a search engine optimizer. The second part is around how does one improve the skill of being a search engine optimization expert. And third is around that what are the expanded role, or is SEO such an expertise or a specialized role that you will continue doing this for the rest of your life if you become a search engine optimization expert, or is there life after this? Does the opportunity grow or become bigger? Your role become bigger, because that is also one of the important things, especially if you go into a company as a SEO expert. So to start with, there isn't really much to do. I would recommend that do a bit of a reading on the SEO piece, join some of the courses like what we offer on search engine optimization, and learn some of the basic pieces of the search engine optimization. So what you need to understand is that when you are offering your services as a search engine optimization expert, you will start by looking at a website, generally speaking, right? So if the website isn't there, then your input could be taken into becoming a good one. Now, when you give these kind of inputs, it is almost like, let's say that I am a consultant in the education space, and I help company educational institute improve the quality of their learning. But if somebody comes and says, "How do I build a college building?" then I can give them the downloaded, list from AICTE, if it is an engineering college, into saying what is the statutory requirement for a building to be able to run an engineering course there. So there are some statutory rules that you can download and you can basically share that. But your work starts once the page is ready. So you start by just doing the part about what is the current ranking on that. Then you do your analysis on those 10 things that I mentioned, 11 things that I mentioned. How does it rate there? How do you bring some of the parts into the play there? And how do you really improve? And this is a do and learn piece, right? What I would also recommend is that if you run a page, website, or for this matter, you don't even need to own your own domain. Even if you are, let's say, running your website on WordPress.com, which offers you a domain for writing your own blogs. Get somebody to write a blog, or copy from somewhere a very nice blog and put it there, and see the search results as to where does that page come into the play there. When I say copy, please be careful not to make sure that you are giving the references that this page is a demo page that has been copied for this particular purpose, and I don't hold any rights of this particular page, right? And any views expressed is of the author and not mine. Simple, right? Something like that is a very useful thing to do. And then when you get into actually having your sort of how do you expand your understanding of the search engine optimization, is this like once you are using that, you start seeing new tools, you understand, like for instance for indexation, there are some of the newer tools which use artificial intelligence, machine learning. Now these are very high terms and that should not make you part, but when you use a particular tool which uses these kind of technology, you will get much better results into doing that, right? You also develop a bit of your own sense of which is, if I have three things to do, how should I prioritize them? What should I do first? So you basically build some of these things. So it is important for you to make a mental note of the results that you see from whatever you do on your optimization journey or your optimization process.
Great.
And the part of the search engine optimization as a role is that it is a very good place to start learning about digital marketing. But if you know search engine optimization and if you have done work in the search engine optimization, you become a very, very valuable resource in any digital marketing company. And that is not just to do digital search engine optimization, but to run anything, right from designing ads to defining the budgets for advertising, to owning a digital marketing team, to running a digital marketing company, whatever be your case. Sorry, that was a long answer, but there was no way that I could have done it in any shorter time.
No problem. So actually, it is the perfect answer that one could ever get. And this is what our students are basically looking for. And the final question that I would to like to ask is, how to do an effective SEO for a video? Like in this era, video and images are given a most priority, and there are some misconceptions where people are coming up with the blogs might not get that kind of value as much as videos and images are getting today.
Great.
So
I will come to that answer. Let me just finish. The results is already loaded here. So let me just sort of finish this particular thing. So if you see that particular page that we were talking about, the word Web Marketing Academy, Best Digital Marketing Training Courses in Bangalore, that page, the first thing that you should note is that it starts by seeing what the title is. The title is what it showed on the top anyways, right? So it says digital marketing course very clearly. So this is a front-loaded page like I was talking about. Then the description again has a lot of digital marketing, best digital marketing, then a bit more of a detail about live projects, etc., which makes it very nice and interesting. This page has 7,700 words. That also is given to us, right? Now we go into the details here, and you see that these are the keywords that it found. Now here, if we look at the mid-density words, now these are basically found in the title, header 2, and so on and so forth. This density is a very interesting word. Let me just sort it on density once. Let's see how does this one show now. Yeah, so if I also go and do a other way CPC, it has started, it's still doing some part here. So now if I look at the density, it is, so I think I will have to drop it there because it is taking much more time than required. Means it works beautifully, I can tell you that much. But you can do a search on all the words and use this as a basis of creating a competing page for this page. That is the basic idea that I had talking about. Great. So now, Siddharth, let me get back to the uh, question that you had asked for. The sharing is stopped.
Yes, sir.
Great. So, the point is that uh, any tool or any software that we use, be it even image recognition software, still works on textual representation of the word. Means it everything needs to be translated into numbers for computer to process it, right? So when we do the video, what happens is that people spend time to tag each and every component of the video in the video tags, right? Now, the search engine actually reads those tags to find the relevance of the video. For there are quite a few times you will see that when you actually click on a link for a particular video, it shows you a totally different video than what you expected. That is because the person has actually, or rather, whoever was giving the video tags, they gave a wrong tag to that particular video, right? So every time when you create a particular video, you should spend time to create a library of the tags that that video has. It's a very painful process. So what you need to do is to go second by second every frame and identify what all does that video have and what all does that video talk about, more so in terms of if there is a commentary that is coming, right? And therefore, it is also a very advisable thing to keep a subtitle of your video along with your video, because the moment you put subtitle, it becomes much more easily indexed by the search engines, right? So that is the key to making your video come higher on the part there. In YouTube, it is much simpler. You just need to get more and more people like it and subscribe for it to rank higher.
Thank you so much, sir. I think this would be all. And thank you all to interact and get the doubts solved. And thank you, sir, for your time that you dedicated to train us in these past 1 hour. And again, I will come back to that point that all of the practices that we have discussed here within this past 60 minutes, it would be all in vain if you are personally not implementing each and every step, be it the 11 key points by Dr. Randhir, or be it the technical terms of keywords everywhere and how sir were talking about the competitions of different websites. Everything would be productive when you personally implement it at every point of blogging, building your own website, or building a website for another company or any project you are working for. Okay, so I would like to end up this session. Is there anything you would like to add, sir?
There is a question that I see there in terms of why does GoDaddy come on the 15th page of the digital marketing course search? Well, the point is that please remember that GoDaddy Academy is a service that is provided to the already vibrant community of GoDaddy users. Right? GoDaddy is not really looking at the generic people to come and sign up for the course. Means GoDaddy Academy is a support service for the GoDaddy world hosting solution rather than a standalone big service. So that is the reason why the structure of this particular GoDaddy website is designed to help our already available big millions of users be benefited by the courses that we provide for them rather than trying to generate revenue. And that is why you will find great courses on the GoDaddy Academy at possibly the lowest of the prices. And that is not a revenue source for GoDaddy, if I might say so. On behalf of GoDaddy, our interest is to make sure that people learn it and learn it in a way that is useful, that helps them become better professionals.
I don't think there would be an answer better than this to satisfy the need and the question. So thank you so much for your wonderful answers and the wonderful elaboration in just span of 2 minutes. And thank you for your time again. And we would like to end this session here and see you in the next session.
बहुत बढ़िया। मैं खाली एक और चीज था सिद्धार्थ, हम लोग
Yes.
हिंदी में बिल्कुल बात नहीं कर रहे हैं क्योंकि ये थोड़ा टेक्निकल सेशन हो जाता है। पर अगर बीच में आपको कोई सवाल आता है जिसमें वो बोले कि हिंदी में मुझे कुछ समझाएं, या अगर किसी को समझने में परेशानी होती है, तो मुझे हिंदी बोलने में कोई तकलीफ नहीं है। मैं आपसे ये सब चीज के बारे में हिंदी में भी बात कर सकता हूँ। और अगली बार सिद्धार्थ आप थोड़ा बीच में एक दो हिंदी बोल दिया करें, ताकि क्योंकि हमारा जब हम इस विषय में बात करना शुरू करते हैं तो नेचुरली इंग्लिश हमारे दिमाग में आता है, बिकॉज सब
Yes.
बातें जो हम करते हैं या सब काम हम इसमें करते हैं वो सब अंग्रेजी में होती है। बट मुझे हिंदी से बहुत ही लगाव है, और मैं कोशिश करूंगा अगली बार कि हम हिंदी में भी काफी बात करें।
यस सर श्योर। हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे डेफिनेटली कि हिंदी में भी हम लोग कुछ सेशंस लाए एंड जो कि यूज़र ओरिएंटेड हो, कम्प्लीटली यूज़र्स को अच्छी तरीके से समझ में आए, पूरे टेक्निकल टर्म्स भी हम उससे थोड़ा और आसानी से समझा सकेंगे।
हाँ, बढ़िया।
श्योर।
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर टाइम, इट वाज अ लवली एक्सपीरियंस। आप लोग सब स्वस्थ रहें, सेफ रहें, और हम आपसे फिर मिलेंगे दिवाली से पहले ही। और अगर हमें कोई मुस्लिम लोग हैं तो उनको ईद की शुभकामनाएं। सबको नमस्कार।